Far beneath the silver-blue waves, beyond coral palaces and glowing pearl roads, lay the kingdom of Thalosara. It was ruled by Queen Nerissa, the Ocean Queen, wise, ancient, and as calm as the deepest tide. Her voice could still storms, and her crown, shaped from moonlit coral, had passed through generations of sea rulers. Queen Nerissa had 7 daughters, each born of the sea and gifted with a power tied to its moods. Aurelia, the eldest, commanded the tides. Mireia, the second, spoke to sea creatures. Lunith, the third, controlled moonlight on water. Coraline, the fourth, healed reefs and wounded beings. Virene, the fifth, could summon storms. Selene, the sixth, shaped currents and paths. And the youngest was Elira, gentle, quiet, and different. Unlike her sisters, Elira possessed no visible power. She could not call waves nor speak to whales. Yet she had something rare, a human heart full of curiosity, compassion, and longing. Every year when a sea daughter turned 16, she was allowed to rise to the surface for one night. Elira waited impatiently for her turn, listening to her sister's stories of moonlit skies, singing sailors, and the strange beauty of the human world. At last, the night came. Elira rose slowly through the water, her silver tail shimmering as she broke the surface. The sky stunned her, stars scattered like diamonds, and the moon painted a golden path across the sea. In the distance, she saw a ship caught in a violent storm. Thunder cracked the sky, and waves rose angrily. Elira felt fear, but also urgency. As the ship splintered, a young human prince was thrown into the sea. Without hesitation, Elira swam through the crashing waves and pulled him to safety, guiding him to a quiet shore before vanishing beneath the water as dawn approached. The prince survived, but never forgot the mysterious voice that sang to him as darkness faded. Elira, however, returned to the sea changed forever. She had fallen in love. Days passed, and Elira grew distant. She no longer laughed with her sisters or sang with the choral choirs. Queen Nerissa noticed. "Elira," the queen said gently, "the sea hears your silence. Speak." Elira confessed everything, her journey to the surface, the human prince, and her wish to live among humans, even if it meant giving up her tail. The queen's face darkened. "The human world is fragile and cruel," she warned. "Our kind does not belong there. Love across worlds always ends in sorrow." But Elira's heart was firm. Seeing her pain, Selene, her closest sister, whispered of an ancient being, the Tide Witch, who lived where the ocean met the abyss. She could grant impossible wishes, at a terrible cost. Elira found the Tide Witch in a cavern of black water and glowing bones. "I can give you human legs," the witch rasped, "but you will lose your voice, and every step you take will feel like walking on knives." Elira accepted, but the witch added one final condition. "If the prince does not love you by the next full moon, you will turn into sea foam forever." Elira agreed without hesitation. With dawn, Elira awoke on the shore, human, voiceless, and in pain. The prince found her, and enchanted by her grace and sadness, brought her to the palace. Though Elira could not speak, her kindness won many hearts. But the prince's world was filled with expectations. He admired Elira, but believed the voice that saved him belonged to another, a noblewoman from a neighboring kingdom. As preparations for the prince's wedding began, Elira's sisters watched helplessly from the sea. On the night before the wedding, Elira's sisters went to the Tide Witch. "Take our hair," Aurelia said. Our pearls, Maria added. Our powers, said the others. The witch agreed. In return, she gave them a dagger forged from abyss steel. If the Lyra kills the prince before sunrise, the witch said, she may return to the sea. The sisters brought the dagger to Elira and explained everything with tears in their eyes. Elira took the blade. That night, she stood over the sleeping prince. He looked peaceful, innocent. She dropped the dagger into the sea. As dawn broke, Elira felt her body dissolving. She stepped into the waves, ready to vanish. But instead of turning into foam, the sea lifted her. A voice echoed, not the witches, not the queens, but the voice of the ocean itself. Elira, you chose love over life, mercy over desire. Such hearts belong neither to sea nor land, but to something greater. Elira transformed into a spirit of the deep, radiant and eternal. She would guide lost sailors, calm storms, and protect both worlds. Queen Nerissa and her daughters watched as Elira rose like light over the horizon. Love is not proven by possession, but by sacrifice. True power lies not in magic, but in mercy. And to this day, sailors say that when the sea grows calm after a storm, Elira is watching.